Okay, today we're working on I believe it's a 2013 Hyundai Elantra. I might be mistaken, but around that era, this is how you remove the center console. Hope you enjoy it. We're gonna pop this piece off first on both sides, and you do that by getting something in here, and it'll pop this out a little bit. So, just fine. I'm gonna try with my trim removal tool. Hopefully, it doesn't scratch it up. Okay. So I was able to pop this part out with that tool. I'm just going to follow it up a little bit. Let's be a little bit looser. This probably isn't the best tool for the job, but it should work. Alright, now once you get to about this point, you're just going to grab it, and then you're going to lift it up this way and pull it back at the same time. So just kind of come back on an angle like that. And then just follow it up. This whole piece is off now. That's what the clips are, they look like. So just careful, because if you go up too high, you're just going to snap those. And then do the same thing on this other side. And my tip is to start at the very bottom and work your way up. It usually works the best for me. So like the second one I'm done, but a little experience is better than no experience, right? Boom, the clips broke. That's good. After that, you have this screw and this screw. And then I think it's just clips to get this black piece off after that. Okay, so I got these two undone. Now I'm going to pop out the shift lock pin and undo the shifter, or if you want to, you can just put your foot on the brake, start the car up, and put it in neutral, but shift lock works too. Okay, so the car is in neutral now. Next we're going to need to pop off this little piece at the bottom. You need to get a flat head in there, pry that down, and then that should pop off, so you can take the shift lock. Alright, mine was stuck on there pretty bad, so I ended up kind of wrecking this. This is just plastic. Kind of wrecked a little bit, but now we're going to pop off the shift knob. There's a little metal clip right here. Pop that out, and then the whole thing should lift off. Oh, I'm going to have to go find that. But there you go. Now the rest of this, I think, should pop off. This was the clip that went flying from the shift knob, so make sure not to lose this, because that's what locks it into place. As I carefully throw it on the floor. Hopefully it shouldn't go wrong. Yeah, this seems a little stubborn, so I needed to get my pry bar under here, but then it'll pop up. Okay, and a tip, when pulling this out, I had to shut this, because it folds up and goes back behind, and then it will bump onto this trim piece. Alright, the white connector is, you have to squeeze over here on the top, and this one is also on the top like I showed before, and this one, the gray one's on the side, and then there's one more connector down here. You have to squeeze it from right there. Alright, I put the car back into the park because the beeping was annoying me, so you don't have to do that, but I just did it so I could turn the ignition all the way off. Okay, so you can see there are 4 screws. We don't need to remove these bottom 2, we just need to remove the top ones. You can kind of trace it. If you trace the plastic it's holding down, it actually holds down this center piece. So we're going to pop out these 2, and then there's a couple 10 little bolts in here, some of them with little scissors in a good time. That we're going to need to pull off from the glove box, and then this whole thing will come out. Oh, and also, we're going to need to pop this piece out from under the e-brake. I think it's pretty easy. Just don't let it fall in between like I did. So, yeah, next we're gonna pop out these 2 screws and then these 2 10 mils that are in the glove box, and we'll go to that point. Okay, after you popped all this out, yeah, so move out the carpet and all your loose change, and then get those 2 10 mils out. Okay, just pull out those 2 10 mils. Now, boom, she's loose. She'll pop right out. Just make sure the e-brake covers it. You might have to tilt it a little bit. Boom, just pull it back, and she's off. Okay, so you take out the screw that is right here, and the screw that was right here, holding it on to the shifter. And if you want to take this side piece off, this one was just broken before. But after you take those 2 off, you just kind of pull it back and up, and that whole thing will come off. And then you have a plug for the cigarette lighter. Same thing on this side. 1 screw here, another screw here. Don't worry about that. I took that off for something else. But take those 2 screws off, and this whole thing should pop out. I'll do that right now. Okay, took that screw out and that one out, and then if you look down here, there is basically like a little thing you have to lift this part over to get it out. So just lift it up, and it pops off down there, and then you pull it back, and boom, that one's off now too. This side, there are no connectors to undo, and now this is all open and ready for you to work on whatever you need to. How you put this back together, you start with this side. This piece slides in. This right here, there's 2 holes next to each other. The bottom one goes on this little bump, and then there's lines up perfectly with the hole for the screw. You put that screw in, and then you also make sure before you put the screws in and everything, plug in the cigarette lighter. So if that won't work, same thing for the other side, except you don't have to worry about a cigarette lighter to plug in. You're just gonna slide it into this opening right here and out under the hole, and then line up that hole with the other hole and this hole, and I'll do that real quick. Okay, so this hole is up on top. That's where the screw goes. That's where the other screw goes. Something you need to make sure too is right here, this notch sits over the black threaded part, but you actually don't put any nuts on there. It's just to keep it in place. So I'm gonna put this screw on and this screw on, and I forgot to mention there's also a plastic screw down here with a clip on both sides, this side and the other side. But yeah, that's how it goes for now. Okay, next you just grab this piece, slide it over, and kind of angle it like this and set it down on top. Trickiest part about this is making sure that you get the handbrake to go over, and then this will sit right there, and that, put the screw in there, this little tap goes through the hole on both sides. We'll take 2 screws and then the 2 10 mils in here, and we'll go to that point. E-brake clip, that's pretty easy, just pops back in. It's better when they're not sticky, but of course this is sticky. Disgusting. Anyway, now we're going to grab the shifter and pop this bad boy back in. I am going to have to put it back down to reverse, or to neutral though, because I took it out. Put it back to park, so. Alright, car's back in neutral. Now, before we put this all the way over, remember to clip all of those in, all of the plugs, because it's a lot easier to do it before you have it over and in. So I'm gonna go through and plug everything in, and then I'm gonna reinstall it. You gotta make sure these clips pop back in, and then this screw hole needs to match up. So just make sure it lines up on all of it, and then just kind of push it down, and it should just pop right in. Oh, and one other thing is my plug right here was kind of sticking out, not allowing it to be pushed down, so you might just need to push that over, and then she'll pop down and into place. And look how good that looks. Looks fine. Not getting crazy. One screw here, one screw there. Okay, pop that back on. Shift knob. There we go, throw that back down. Get the little clip that you threw down there earlier and clip it on. There we go. So it's not quite all the way at the bottom. There it goes. Alright, that's back in place. Now this, you just make sure you have it the right way. Is that the right way? Nope, it was this way. You should just hear it click into place. Boom. Okay, just line up all the clips with the holes and press it back into place. Boom. Just like that.